XRP is coming back down to my origin line, which it hit already and went into a failure pattern within the bottom of the triangle. So I made a video here. It was last week. It was my penultimate, so second to last XRP video, sometime maybe around October 11th or 12th. I mentioned why. Usually I like to long bottoms of ranges, but here I wouldn't, and I gave all my reasons why. I said it's more statistically likely to break down. I gave two major price points where it would probably bounce. One was here, which I can show you what it was. I put this on. And sure enough, it tried to bounce there. And it hit it exactly. Like, it was literally perfect. So even had you taken that trade, you would have been paid to be wrong because you would have moved your stops into profit on that. And then it hit my second target, my main target. I had two main targets. This one here, and it bounced from here. And then it, instead of getting rejected from the bottom of the triangle like I anticipated it did a failure pattern above. Failure pattern, again, for new viewers, means you go above an obstacle or above a resistance point, and then when you come back to touch it, you fall through. It's similar as a rejection. Similar. So this is actually, we have both. There you go. You have a rejection failure pattern. Very, very common. Or a lot of times you'll get a failure then rejection pattern, but here it was rejection failure pattern. Extremely, extremely common price action in all of crypto, oil, anything on Forex, like it just happens a ton. So what is happening right now on XRP, now that we've kind of got this going? What could happen is that it simply forms a bigger triangle. That could be what happens. That's the only, that's one of the major issues with, dealing with patterns is you just kind of have to keep redrawing your line, right? So if I would look at it, I would actually look at it like this. I would look at it from this standpoint at this origin line. And again, for new viewers, origin lines are only found on my channel and my platform. If you want to see what they look like real quickly, these are XRP's origin lines. And I have a tutorial within my Discord community on how to set those up, particularly on Bitcoin. And again, links to that are in the description section of my videos. So these are origin lines on all of, and it goes back to the origin, the origin of price, right? So this is a major freaking line. And price could just ride it for an extended period of time until Bitcoin gives way out of its 130-day long triangle, right? XRP, though, does have the ability to move on its own without Bitcoin. However, because Bitcoin dominance is rising, so let's go to Bitcoin dominance. When Bitcoin dominance begins an uptrend, that means it's more statistically likely that any altcoin, including XRP, needs Bitcoin to go up in order for it to go up. So, I mean, this is a fairly decent uptrend right here. Hasn't broken it. Yeah, it's getting a small pullback, but it's just consolidating under one of these origin lines. This is a Bitcoin dominance chart. So because you have an uptrend, that statistically makes it much, much, much more unlikely that XRP will move without Bitcoin in either direction. Does that make sense? Particularly to the upside. Unless this drastically changes. All right, well, let's go back to XRP. So with that said, we know that we're kind of targeting around November 1st, October 31st for a Bitcoin resolution. It's, it's going to be on close. It could be before or just after, but sometime around this period here is when you're going to get resolution on Bitcoin. Thus, and because Bitcoin dominance is going up, also XRP around this time. So what XRP really could do is simply stay in this triangle until here, and whichever way Bitcoin and probably SPX go, so will XRP and Bitcoin. This might be what you're looking out for. And if you want to draw a miniature version of this origin line, a good way to do that is to go not back too far, but back to around, this is June. So June 12th, 13th. And then you got a spike, got a wick high here on July 7th. And then it scrapes all of this consolidation period before it broke down. That you need this line on your chart if you're an XRP fan. And you'll see there, let me make this a different color. make it white so we can zoom out real quick. And look how important this is. Same white line. Look what happened back here. XRP was the first crypto I ever bought. Around, no. This was 2017. Yeah, I was, no, this can't be right. No, I was buying it up here. Yeah, I was going to say, I was buying it between 19 and 24 cents before it went up to $3. But anyway, regardless, look, that's the same line. So this line is a big ass deal. You see this? And I don't think you're going to see this line, I mean, I would guess not on anybody else's channel, in this fashion. To connect it to such a huge pivot point on XRP price when it exploded. How, like fucking 10,000, wow, 10,000%. That is insane. So this white line is extremely, extremely important. And that is why you're going to have, each time you have a test of it, I think that it increases the probability that this is defended with buyers. So you could easily get trapped in here because this will be defended. Plus, Bitcoin likely won't break out until somewhere in this box. So if Bitcoin doesn't break out, as Bitcoin dominance goes up, it probably won't break up either, and it probably won't break down. So I think it's highly probable that it's going to stay in this triangle. Now, let's go to normal EMAs so I can throw on some MTF EMAs to give you a heads up on shorter time frame price action. You do have a bearish cross incoming. The daily 10 is close to crossing. So the orange going below the yellow is a bearish cross. Crossed here, big move down. Crossed here, massive move down, got like its whole bear market, right? You see that? Like this is a big deal. Sometimes you get fake outs, fake out there, but it has a good hit rate. So watch out for this. But what could easily happen is that it just wiggles around and this orange and yellow line converge, or you get very, very low volatility. So if you're a person who trades EMA crosses to the downside, just realize that this is going to be defended with buyers. So just because this crosses as prices in here doesn't mean it's going to tank down instantly, right? Like it has a good history of doing on any asset. So just watch out for that because this is going to be defended. A lot of people might be watching this. So on this, I mean, I might not even want to use EMAs unless I'm doing micro time frame stuff. So if I were to see very small candles like the 5-minute get above so this is the daily 21. If I can see it get above the daily 21, use it as support, and then start taking out the punch high, well then maybe some micro, some very small trades to the upside. If that were to happen, something like this, boom, boom, take out the punch high right there, and maybe go for a failure pattern above the daily 10. And what would that get you percentage wise? Yeah, I mean, I'm only going for 2.5%, 2% plays, so that would be it. I personally wouldn't want to try to take it all the way up to here. I'd want to take my money and run more quickly in a sideways market, but I would go for a slight failure pattern above this after this happens. But if the price of XRP is below the daily 21, you can see that this is clearly in play. I mean, look at these tiny candles interacting with it. This is clearly like the line right now. So the daily 21, in addition to all this other stuff I've been saying, is kind of like your best friend for XRP. And after it gets above, it'll start interacting with the daily 10, which I have on the 1 hour 200, so it's smoother on small time frames like the 5-minute. You need these two EMAs, and this could easily get you through to November 1st. Just stuck in this triangle, use the daily 21 as your general guidance, and then realize that the daily 10 it could potentially trap price, keep it close to this origin line. It could just hover down here. But if you can break out above the daily 10, that would initiate a lot of buyers. So that would invite a lot of buyers, and then you'd have a second move up, right? But not until you get above the daily 10, this orange line, and use it as support, and then up. So if price of XRP were to go from here to the top of the triangle, it would probably be in a 2-part type of move, right? So it would do something like this, this. XRP could make me a liar. Sometimes it just does it all in one swoop, and it breaks, traditional rules a lot. But that's what I would be looking for, because it's such low volatility right now, and that's XRP.